Hello, I'm Jeff Schumacher, and today we're going to talk to you about growth and growth based on neurosymbolic AI. Now, you probably are asking yourself, what is neurosymbolic? If I give you kind of a simple way to think about it, if you think about corporate value and you just branch it into two MECE branches, one branch you have productivity, that's where your generative AI and agentic AI play, and the other branch you have growth, that's where neurosymbolic plays. What do I mean by growth? I mean how you think about your commercial model. What do I mean by that? It's how you make money. It's how you price something, how you forecast, how you promote, how you enter a market, how you think about a new product, a new service, a new capability, how you might think of a new business, a new venture, how you might buy something or even divest something. That's where neurosymbolic plays. Now, definition of neurosymbolic, you have on the neuro side, that's a unification of data to understand behavior. And then the symbolic side is the rules to which I'm looking at that behavior. So now if I elevate it up and you say, okay, what does our software do? Well, on the neuro side, we unified all the messy parts of the internet. So we unified all the financial data, all of the e-commerce data, all of the news, all of the scientific and research, all of the patents, even all of the social. That unified data model that we have allows us to quickly plug in your data. And then you apply the symbolic side of the thing, the rules, we can find opportunities for you to grow. We can allow you to see value in the markets that others don't see, and we can unlock value in your value chain that you otherwise couldn't unlock. There's the power. One of the other powers of neurosymbolic is the certainty that it gives you. First of all, it's fully auditable, and second of all, you can see exactly where that value is coming from. So it gives you certainty and trust in what you're trying to do. If you think about insurance, what more does an insurance company need but in trust and certainty? So we can take things like their claims data, we can unify it with market sentiment data. We can then take other unstructured sources. This is one of the powers of neurosymbolic, is you don't need to cleanse the data. As long as you can get a relevant N and an R squared, you're in business. So we can take external sources like court data, which if you know anything about court data, it's the definition of unstructured. What's in Louisiana is not the Southern District of New York. We can unify that. And it allows insurance companies to understand the court systems and judges' demeanors. It allows them to then link that into underwriting and say where they have more or less risk in markets so they can use it for market entry. And then it gives them a higher fidelity with the auditability, which allows them to take down reserve capital requirements. When you combine all of those things, the network effect of that is you change the margin profile of a company, thereby you change the EBITDA profile of the company, thereby you change the multiple of a company, and thereby the market capitalization of a company. So the impact that you can have with neurosymbolic can be tectonic in nature for the companies. And we have examples where we've taken insurance companies and increased their market capitalization by 60% in a matter of weeks, not years. So this can move quite quickly. Well, how do I get started? How do we know this works? Well, this is not a consultative thing. This is a binary thing. So we first have to figure out if we can calibrate it into your environment. And that is a couple week exercise where we kind of unify your data, understanding your data with ours, and see if we can calibrate it into the platform. If we can, there's significant value for you to go after. We give you a free look around the corner.